Let's see. Today is April 12th, 2026. Basically 2:40 in the afternoon as I'm sitting here in Irvine Park. Well, I just seen a delusional person, which is typical in this area. Must be similar throughout the whole nation. That is disabled, delusional. Drunkenness. So am I though. But they'll follow me around the authorities, but not him. Because I speak the truth of what they have performed and done. That's the reason why they stalk me and harass me. Compared to him, not knowing the difference between right and wrong of law and those around him, of them breaking it or not. Way to go, authorities. You're pointing out your own delusionalness right in front of the whole entire world that has satellites over this entire nation before I was even born, including of our government having those satellites up there too, which means they already know I've never broken law of this nation at first and second level and the nations outside this one. And you're still trying to perform treason of stalking of my rear end to provoke me for doing nothing wrong but point out how you people are unlawful. But yet, a delusional person on a bike, you will not stalk or harass. Because once again, that individual doesn't know the difference. I've seen it 43 years in this area, which has to be very similar throughout the whole nation. Authorities, grow up and learn the difference of our founding laws, of our founding fathers, and the performance you're performing of the opposite. I'll put it that way, to be kind. Doodaloo. Get your story straight. Authorities of any level that thinks they're above the government of the third branch. You first and second branch pussies. Now, I just suppose we got disorderly conduct today for doing absolutely nothing wrong, as the officer is now understanding through all the audio and video from the rest of the screenshots will show of Chippewa Falls, of where I started walking near the river all the way up to the area where he finally arrested me, which there are cameras and audio recorded by the authorities and every business down Woodward, J, and over the bridge by NSB, which proves the person that said what they said about me saying was wrong, right, officer? And you've been harassing me for 8 weeks now, meaning since I walked away from my apartment of 20 years, of which this authorities of the local area would never enforce. Every time I would get a hold of you guys, at least 10 times of living there of that 20 years, saying people are stalking me. But now look at 40th for the last 2 months. Not a single person driving down that road. But they sure the heck were when I was living there. But you keep saying, officer, that's been harassing me for 8 weeks since I left that apartment, that people aren't stalking me. Baloney. And seeing that they falsified a statement means you have to go back and arrest them for falsifying a law officer through delusionalness, which is a federal offense, and you better go back and charge them because they lied and you know it. And you've been harassing me. Oh, this is gonna be cute in front of that judge. And you know what? In fact, when the judge goes, do you want a public defender? I'm going, no, I'm going to represent myself because I've already done it so many times in front of this judge in the last 20 years with Chapter 51s. And he knows I am understanding of law. So he will let me represent myself easily, knowing I know law. So, to the delusional public of this area, get your story straight, stop stalking, and stay within boundary of foundational law. Or, hey, that law enforcement is going to catch up to you because he might get fired for what he just did today, of earlier. Which means the other ones that are still here are going to be pissed at you people for manipulating the situation through deceptive statements. Toodaloo.